Welcome to the Wise Stoic. If you're new here, you're in the right place to build wisdom, resilience, and inner peace. Let's start the video. From a Stoic perspective, relationships, whether within marriage or outside of it, should be approached with wisdom, integrity, and self-discipline. Instead of viewing people as prey or engaging in behavior that undermines commitments, Stoicism teaches us to understand human nature, control our own desires, and act in alignment with virtue. Many people believe that married women may be more susceptible to emotional or physical temptation due to unmet needs, routine boredom, or a lack of deep emotional connection in their relationships. This is not a justification for pursuing them, but rather an observation of human nature. Stoicism, however, teaches that just because an opportunity presents itself does not mean it should be acted upon. True strength lies in restraint and in choosing what is right over what is easy. The reality is, many people in long-term relationships experience moments of dissatisfaction or seek validation outside their marriage, not necessarily because they are unhappy, but because human beings crave novelty, appreciation, and deep connection. A married woman may be drawn to someone who offers her something she feels is missing, whether it's attention, admiration, or an emotional connection. But from a Stoic perspective, the real question is, what does this say about you? Are you acting in a way that aligns with honor and discipline, or are you allowing fleeting desires to dictate your actions? A Stoic man does not seek to exploit the weaknesses of others for temporary pleasure. He understands that short-term gratification is never worth the long-term consequences. He values integrity over indulgence, self-mastery over impulse, and true connection over superficial validation. He does not engage in actions that harm others or disrupt commitments. Instead, he focuses on building meaningful relationships that are rooted in honesty, respect, and purpose. The truth is, married women, like all people, are not prey. They are individuals with their own struggles, emotions, and complexities. Attraction is natural, but wisdom is knowing what to do with it. A Stoic man understands that true power does not come from manipulating situations for personal gain, but from mastering himself and choosing the path of virtue. In the end, it's not about what's easy, it's about what's right. And a man who values wisdom over temptation, integrity over impulse, and discipline over desire will always stand above those who seek only temporary pleasure. A Stoic man understands that true strength comes not from taking advantage of others, but from mastering himself. In a world where temptation is everywhere, the ability to exercise restraint is what separates the disciplined from the weak. The reality is, many married women, like married men, may experience moments of emotional vulnerability, longing for excitement or validation that seems absent in their committed relationship. However, to act upon such opportunities is to give in to base desires rather than rising above them. A person's dissatisfaction in a marriage does not justify another person's interference. Stoicism teaches us that external circumstances, whether a struggling marriage or an opportunity for momentary pleasure, should never dictate our actions. Instead, our principles, discipline, and moral compass should guide us. A man who pursues a married woman under the belief that she is easy prey is not demonstrating strength, he is showing weakness. He is allowing his impulses to override his reason, seeking short-term pleasure rather than long-term honor. Furthermore, engaging with someone who is already committed often leads to unnecessary drama, conflict, and instability. A Stoic understands that peace of mind is one of the most valuable things a person can have, and no amount of fleeting pleasure is worth the burden of guilt, secrecy, or the potential damage caused by disrupting another person's relationship. True wisdom lies in recognizing the potential consequences of one's actions before making a decision, not after. A man who is truly confident, truly powerful, and truly wise does not chase what belongs to another. He does not seek validation through conquest, nor does he find satisfaction in temporary victories that lead to long-term complications. Instead, he builds his own life, his own sense of purpose, and his own meaningful connections without relying on the vulnerability or dissatisfaction of others. Many people assume that attraction, when reciprocated, justifies action. But the Stoic man knows that just because something is possible does not mean it is right. He understands that every action reflects his character, and every decision he makes shapes the kind of man he is becoming. The question, then, is not whether married women are easy prey, but whether you are the kind of man who seeks easy opportunities at the expense of integrity, or whether you are the kind of man who walks away from temptation because he values himself too much to engage in fleeting, meaningless pursuits. A high-value man does not take shortcuts in life, in success, or in relationships. He does not seek what is convenient, but what is right. He does not let his emotions or desires control him, but instead, he controls them, and in doing so, he earns something far greater than momentary pleasure. He earns respect, honor, and the peace of knowing he stands by his principles. In the end, the strongest man is not the one who gives in to every temptation, but the one who has the power to walk away, knowing that true fulfillment comes not from taking what is easy, but from building something meaningful, lasting, and worthy of his character. Thank you for watching. If you found wisdom in this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with others on the Stoic path. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay connected.